some kind of something outside the server that's having an impact on Lynn Vision in terms of the mental coming into the game. But hopefully that will not be the case today. They've had a little bit of time off and they'll be ready to jump into the server against a very strong opponent. Here we go. It is time for FURIA and Lynn Vision, the first match on the B stream for IEM Chengdu.
Yeah, let's see if the Chinese fans can give Lynn Vision some energy here on home soil and cause a little bit of an upset. This would be the map that they often do get it done. FURIA will start out on the T side, so it will be them to set the tempo, and it's a bit of a slower tempo to start things off. Smoke to Xbox, Molly onto Cap. Will push Zaka away. Was looking for an opportunity in the middle of the map, and it'll be Starry to find it instead. Nice nade into the smoke as both Starry and Westmelon fight for a pick, and they'll be able to find it.
Yeah, good start. Be happy with that one. Starry thinking about getting up to some funny business, but it is Zaka in fine form today. Nice couple of taps to the heads of Yakinda and Kesarado. Both of those players going down, and if that is the Zaka that we're going to get on a more consistent basis throughout this best of three, that is definitely going to make this a more difficult game to win for FURIA. Flash avoided by Fallen, and he has been able to trade one back, but still needing to fall apart. Yuri's found himself a double Starry, luckily there to trade it back, but again, this is the danger for Lynn Vision. They're not quite as clean sometimes, and there's a chance here for Fallen in the 1v2.
A man of much experience, waiting for a mistake. Do have the jiggle there, spotting him out, pushing down catwalk. Amelia just having a little bit of a look, or rather Starry having a little bit of a look. Amelia tucks himself onto the site here, no armor for him. So Goosh looking mighty dangerous, but Starry creeping further towards him, wants to try to find some trade potential as we hit 28 seconds on the clock.
Grenade will be useful as well if Amelia just gets the info, but decides to do it with the headshot instead. And that is the pistol round going the way of Lynn Vision. A happy start on their own map pick.
Yep. A lot of domes being hit. Can see one in the cams there. Need to readjust that position potentially. Didn't want to sit in there in the background to see some Aussies on the stream as well. But this is the form that you need to see from Zaka opening up this game, especially on the CT side. A little bit of shakiness there, so you didn't get it done as cleanly after a great start as you would want for Lynn Vision. Force will immediately come out in reply here for FURIA. Molodoy's on the scout. Galil going to take a duel with the Famous, and Westmelon once again finding a pick in the middle of the map for Lynn Vision.
A little surprising to me to see Zaka not on the scout here. He's typically someone that likes to angle toward the scout. I imagine that might be something we'll see a little bit more on the T side in those kinds of ecos. But it looks like he's just going to be angling to get that AWP in hand as early as possible, which you can't really fault him for. Molodoy will try to make a play through the mid doors. Zaka has not spotted that. He's playing anti-flash, but will not let him get away with it. Not for too long anyway. It was, again, a little bit messy, a little bit janky, but they get the job done.
Again, a two-man advantage here for Lynn Vision. They need to make sure they're closing these kind of situations out cleanly, but I'm getting a little worried about how deep Kesarado has made it into the site here. He may go unchecked by Zaka, and that could be what FURIA need to start to dismantle these man advantages. Starry spotting him out, does take a chunk out of him. Zaka very low here. If he cops even one bullet on the cross, he will go down pretty early on. Spots out Fallen. FURIA looking to punish, but Zaka is ready.
Yeah, very well done from Zaka. Gets that little extra chip damage onto Fallen, which could be impactful later on in the piece. Yuri's now gone onto that solo roll, but it's not going to work out for FURIA this time around, and Lynn Vision, they managed to sort of put together actually quite a decent anti-eco, losing only the one player. It was very, very scary for a moment there.
Yeah.
And even with the bomb plan, I think it will be hard to justify, as FURIA here, a massive investment.
Yeah, Galil picked up there at the end of the round, and Zaka had 3.5k with the MP9 purchased up into that round, going into round number 4 here, so, or round number 3 here rather. So I think you will see an early AWP purchase. We'll see if you see it straight away here. Do have some degree of reinvestment as a hero AK thrown over to Kesarado, courtesy of Fallen. Kesarado being a player that a lot of players have their eye on coming off the back of Thunderpick, had a fantastic performance over there.
Yeah, this kind of buy is starting to become a little bit more standard, right? You often see that sort of hero AK buy in a round like this. I feel like more often than we used to. It's kind of a bit of a hedge your bets type style. You know, you can potentially get a bit of damage done here. Maybe you even win a round if Kesarado pops up, which is definitely possible. If not, you know, you're still kind of going into the next round with 4 rifles anyway. So I like it. I'm a big fan of it. We'll see what Kesarado can do with it. He's Unfortunately, only got that single flash, though, to really set him up here. So it's going to have to pretty much just come down to the aim duel. And Zaka not initially going to win that one, but does get away unscathed. Bit of pressure now on Starry as his head will be knocked off by the Glocks. Quesarado gets another one, and this starts to look a little scary for Lynn Vision despite the damage done.
Yeah, they've definitely taken a couple of chunks out of FURIA as they make their way up into the A side, but Lynn Vision need to get this one back under control. This is just an anti-eco up against the singular hero rifle. Lynn Vision now starting to make some moves on cap.
Yeah, Molly going to go through here just to try and deny a bit of space for FURIA on that site. Not quite going to land any significant damage. The grenade through as well will also not do its job. Great shot from Yuri. And this is where things might start to fall apart for Lynn Vision. This is not the round you're supposed to lose. They've still got to find 3. Westmelon needs a couple and he won't quite get it. Zaka, nice flick. But again, it won't matter. Yuri survives. And FURIA will claim their first round. And that is the danger of a Hero AK backed up with a couple of Deagles.
Yeah, and that's going to, unfortunately, slow Lynn Vision's economy down a little bit. Even though a singular player does not survive in the server for FURIA, do see 4 rifles dropped over from Lynn Vision. That definitely gives an opportunity to reset here in the next gun round for FURIA. Not really much brought into that round. Just a singular hero AK and a flash is enough to get it done for FURIA. Nice Deag headshot sprinkled in there by Yuri. And FURIA just taking enough time to tuck themselves into that A site. Lynn Vision taking way too long to get organized, unfortunately. Molodoy not spotting out anyone on the cross here early on. Quick pacing straight up cap from Quesarado. Catches Zaka completely off guard. Westmelon's aggressed down in towards lowers it. The spacing is way too good for FURIA. Yuri just catches both of those players in the side, and now Amelia has to go huge.
Well, it's not looking like it's going to quite be enough here from Amelia. He's working on it. Does get that headshot onto Yuri. All of a sudden, the round starts to swing back.
It's a brawl in the middle of the map. Yakinda now getting active. Amelia needs to make sure he's switched on here. He may get caught off on the timing. Whiff shot from Molodoy.
Well, he's going to go through. Molodoy does catch Amelia. So all of a sudden, it is on the shoulders of Call Me Sue. In this 2-on-1. He's got the right read to head toward the A site. That is where Yakinda's taking the bomb.
Cross smoked off. It's going to draw his attention over there, and you can see Yakinda takes that as an invitation to just hop straight up and catch him on the cross there. Nice recovery from FURIA after things got a little bit spicy there from Amelia peeking out cat. You could tell this was going to be a scrap in the middle of the map. Ever since they changed Dust2, you've seen these kind of aggressions from the CT side. Everybody wanted to get a piece of the action. But unfortunately, after a couple of exchanges, FURIA does win the XVX. And like we said, all of that damage done in the previous round by that hero AK has come and bared its fruit. Lynn Vision completely broke, and what started as a really good game for them has unfortunately started to fall apart a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, it's these little things that make the big difference, right? You know, you were looking at that as a great start for Lynn Vision. Had they won that 3rd round, yeah, money would be pretty healthy going into the 4th. But it seems like FURIA are well and truly in control of the game at this stage. It is just full USPs. There's a Deagle for Starry that's going to try and make the difference. He does get himself a headshot on the Quesarado, but very swiftly sees the rest of his team fall. So no real harm done here to FURIA. 3-2 the scoreline, and Lynn Vision need to find a way to recover this half quickly.
Yeah, stabilized after an 0-2 start for FURIA, where it felt like they were losing opening picks in the middle of the map quite regularly. Did see that adjustment in the previous gun round immediately. They are ready for this aggression in the middle of the map from Lynn Vision, and they are adapting to it incredibly quickly. Can just see why this is such a solid outfit right now in the world of Counter-Strike. Molodoy posted up on the line here on the cross, not able to take advantage of that. And once again, it's aggression in the middle of the map here from Lynn Vision.
Oh, Zaka just gets deleted by Quesarado, and there's really nothing that, unfortunately, Lynn Vision has to say about it. It seems like now that FURIA have started to get the ball rolling, there may not be a way to stop that.
Yeah, now you're seeing Fallen continuing to take these duels. FURIA looking to pick up the pace. Molodoy does get punished in the middle of the map, but it seems like FURIA want to try to trade that kill down and end towards B here. They don't force their way through the middle of the map. Instead, will take the path of least resistance, creeping back through lower dark and waiting to see if they can punish Lynn Vision on the cross here.
will get that job done on to Starry, nice and easy. Another aim duel one for FURIA.
They know that was the A player. Can pretty easily pivot on over here. Amelia now feeling pressured to make his way through the middle of the map. Doesn't pick his timing right, but will still win the duel regardless onto Yuri. But if anything, that's just the information that FURIA needed to safely get this bomb down on A.
Best case scenario here for Lynn Vision is just to save these guns.
I mean, incredible shots from really the crown jewels of FURIA. Between Yuri and K-Serrata, they got a combined like 15 years on this organization. I remember even back in like the NA Pro League, we used to cast NA Pro League B streams, and these guys would be playing for FURIA like 5 years ago, maybe even 6 years ago at this point. They've just been on this organization for such a long time, which, you know, you draw that contrast to the Lynn Vision guys who have also been playing for their org for like, what, 6-7 years now, some of these guys. Wes, Mellon, you know, Starry's been in and out of the roster. Zach has been there for ages. It's just not something you see too much in Counter-Strike, but this really is a battle of, you know, players who have played for the same orgs, who have been loyal to their orgs for such a long time and really trying to rep their region and bring it up. For FURIA, I mean, this really is their era with the international imports. This is the best run of form that they've had. They've picked up multiple titles this year. They're looking to see if they can potentially pick one up, like you said, where there's a couple more dangerous teams in a tournament like this, and IEM is always a, you know, a big notch to your belt to be picking up.
It kind of feels like, you know, this is the team that FURIA has been looking for a long time. In terms of the success that the team has had. Maybe we're only in that level of infancy where it's really just starting, but as you said, they've been on, a couple of these guys have been on this lineup for a very, very long time, and I won't say without success, but certainly not to the degree with which we're seeing in more recent times. That timeout from Lynn Vision. We'll see what the response is going to end up being. It is all out for Zaka, but again, it's just no mistake being made by FURIA, and they seem to be getting away with everything right now.
Amelia saved over a hero AK from the previous round. It's been a half buy around that, so only losing Wes Mellon, who didn't really have much to offer in this round anyway. You definitely turn your attention to Amelia and Zaka to get the majority of the work done here. Smoke on long will slow FURIA down, and they opt to start to make some moves towards the middle of the map now. That flash will be a little bit of a tell that, you know, Lynn Vision maybe need to divert their attention over there, or maybe look to aggress towards this long area of the map. But really, it's just a drop-off of your Kindar towards top middle, and I think FURIA are just going to use this long control as a launching pad to kick off and execute into the A site.
Amelia is waiting for it.
Love this aggression down cat. Zaka could set them up huge with a flash, and they could isolate your Kindar in the middle of the map here. That could give them the man advantage that they're looking for.
Your Kindar waiting has been spotted out by Call Me Sue now, and this is where it gets dangerous for him. Lynn Vision are hunting, and they are finding what they're searching for. Starry's got himself an AK now.
Zaka looking to pick them on the cross. Nice totem boost to be able to give him the angle to connect that shot. Molly will push Lynn Vision away and give FURIA control of the site. Call Me Sue legged and surely will be finished off, but Starry has found another pick in the meanwhile. Lynn Vision are starting to make this half by work here. It's just fallen inside of Goose, and he'll look a little bit like one. Completely surrounded. That'll be a third round for Lynn Vision. And, you know, we've seen them in some of these big games sometimes start to fall apart, make a couple of mistakes against things like a Hero AK, against Eco, and then the game starts to fall out of their hands. But winning a round like that does restore a lot of confidence and does build yourself up enough of an economy on CT to actually make this game more competitive.
And that's the exact round that they've been looking for, certainly. Very important duel one there by Starry as well with that AK, and sets himself up for success to take that second fight onto Fallen in doing so. So 4-3. Lynn Vision a minor fight back.
You see that just bankrupts FURIA. Reset potential here for Lynn Vision. Nice nade on the cross. Don't want to be punished. And that same position from molodoy. You know he's good for it. Long control secured here by Lynn Vision. FURIA start to make some moves towards the middle of the map now. Molly towards Cat. Won't push Zaka off the angle. He's biding his time, waiting for his opportunity. Trigger finger definitely itchy at this point.
Molly's going to push Zaka away. He won't stick around too long to look for that shot. Yakinda as well starting to probe the bedroom doors, and this Molly will be a problem for Amelia. He's forced to peek, and Yakinda's waiting for it patiently with success as well. Now we're down to the 5-on-4. So Zaka has to reaggress and try to find something, which he might just do. Spots the head, misses the flick, and now it's all on Starry, who misses his shots, and Zaka is between a rock and a hard place. There's nowhere to go. Lynn Vision have been picked apart in that round.
It's just a clinical round from FURIA, right from start to finish. Perfect util just to be able to minimize risk, continually pushing the AWP off the angle. Molly isolates Amelia over on long. Pressures both of those A-side defenders to start to push towards Cat and take a fight, and they're punished there as well. Beautiful, beautiful round for FURIA, and especially given the fact that they had no money in the back pocket if they lose that round. Lynn Vision, after winning that round with the half buy in the previous, created themselves a reset window, but they will not take advantage of it. 5 alive for FURIA, completely stabilizing their economy, and it feels like every time Lynn Vision pipe up a little bit in this series, they are immediately quietened.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate reality that, you know, we're sort of seeing here on Dust2. They are a good enough team to kind of make these rounds happen here and there, and obviously it being their map, that gives them some degree of benefit as well. But I'm not sure that they're going to be quite good enough to do that on the likes of Overpass, for example. So while it might seem a little more competitive here, if this ends up going the way of FURIA and we do get onto Overpass, that might be where things start to unravel to an extreme extent for Lynn Vision. Zaka needs to step up on this CT side. He's been okay so far. 7-5 has opened this round up, and again, Lynn Vision in with a chance.
Yeah, changing up the angle of approach. He's been mostly active towards the middle of the map and on Cat. So that catching Yakinda off guard a little. Opened up the previous round. This time he will concede the opening kill. Kolmisu under a little bit of pressure in the middle of the map here. Forced away. Oh, it was actually over towards B that he's copped a little bit of damage. So he's going to tuck himself in the corner. Still a lot of util. 1:05 on the clock. Full belt of util here for Lynn Vision. So whatever FURIA tried to do, you will have the util to be able to reply to it. It's a great position for Lynn Vision. Zaka looking to further extend that.
See if he can do it. Connects the shot onto Quesarado, and he's going to stick around for more, which he'll get. Nice and easy on to fall, and this one not looking quite so cohesive for FURIA. Couple of solo peeks into the AWP is not how you're going to win this round. Certainly not against a player the caliber of Zaka.
I mean, this is just a map where he puts on a clinic. Even internationally, has had some monstrous games. 3 for him in this round. Really self-sufficiently setting up Lynn Vision for success, and the structure around that was perfect. You had Starry after all of that beep and Cat pressure. And especially seeing Yakinda die at the start of the round in towards upper tunnels after he's been the player that has defaulted towards long previously, go down so early. Starry takes that as information to be able to take bedroom. And when you have that deep long control, it's a little bit easier to maneuver around the rotations in the middle of the map. It's a little bit easier to plan how you want to approach dealing with the Cat control.
Oh, Yuri being very patient here. Might catch Amelia or might not.
Lovely stuff from Amelia. 2.7 in the bank account for FURIA. Oh, sorry, for Yuri there after going down at the end of the round. There will be enough money to be able to drop him an AK, but that may cost FURIA an extra couple of nades that they might have wanted coming into this round. They're going to take a timeout. I think just needing to tighten up a few things. You see some words from the coach there. I think, you know, it's just a case of losing picks to the AWP in that round in particular, maybe being a little bit lackadaisical as you make your way through the map. Was a problem in the opening couple of rounds. You know, it definitely hasn't felt, Jordan, that Lynn Vision hasn't had their opportunities to be able to find opening picks. They've pretty consistently been able to find them in this game so far, and often in the rounds where they're able to do so, they're able to convert.
4's not enough on the CT side just yet, though, and they're going to continue to work for more. No AWP in this round. Oh, no, sorry, there is an AWP for Zaka. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's all good. Quick play out onto long here, though, for FURIA. And it seems that Lynn Vision are happy to concede that territory.
Just going to drop a smoke on the cross. See what the reply is for Lynn Vision. I think the approach, at least at the moment, is just to post up Zaka. once that pressure comes in towards Cat in the mid-round, but instead you're seeing movements from Fallen back over towards that B side of the map, which has been quite stacked from Lynn Vision right from the start. I think post-timeout, especially with how little there has been endings towards B in this game thus far. Oh, what a beautiful header from Amelia. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, he's got a solid head on his shoulders. You saw at least that much in the interview earlier. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of real estate there to be blocking that smoke. Now pressure in towards upper. Lynn Vision looking to fight in the mid-round, and it's gone perfectly for them. Another opening pick.
Oh, Westmoreland's going to have to drop that smoke, so they are going to be aware that he's stuck in that corner. But Zaka on the other side of the map, happily waiting for Yakinda's push. 3-on-5 ensues here for FURIA.
Lynn Vision looking kind of dangerous in Chengdu thus far. 2 opening picks for them. Again, nice adaptation post-timeout from FURIA. He's able to give them, again, a 2-man advantage and shut down what FURIA was looking for. You know, they started off with a big B stack there, Lynn Vision, expecting an earlier play towards B, but as there's no B ending in the mid to late round, they go for some aggression, look for information, and the setup just works perfectly. You know, they concede that long control where FURIA takes early on, and they just trust the setup and trust the game plan. All posted up in the middle of the map, 3-man setup on B that they turn into a mid-round push for info, and it's just a beautiful round to even up the scoreline here for Lynn Vision. They're, you know, as expected, really incredibly competitive on Dust2 here.
Yeah, and I think generally they have a pretty good T side as well. So, you know, you're starting to look at a point now where they feel like they've kind of got to a par score on the CT side of Dust2. I think you can definitely get away with a little bit more, but certainly not too much less. So we're at a point now where, yeah, it's been a little bit up and down. It's been a bit of a roller coaster session here for Lynn Vision, but they've hit 5 and they have a fairly strong economy at this point, so they could start to push for 6 or even 7, and at which point that's then going to put that pressure back on the shoulders of FURIA. There's another good shot from Zaka. He's connected to the tag and he's aware of it. Molodoy down low. I mean, not a kill, but it helps.
This is the success factor that you were talking about in the pre-show. Amelia's doing very well for himself, and then Zaka's going monstrous once again on Dust2. This is the win condition in full effect from Lynn Vision here. Zaka, another shot connected. Hasn't missed at all with the AWP, so it's a good thing that he's connecting onto legs and through walls, because if not, FURIA would definitely be down 2 players here.
I mean, even still, in a round like this one, FURIA, they kind of need all the health they can get. They don't have a lot of other options. They don't have a lot of tools to get into these bomb sites beyond solid aim duels, solid openers, and that's harder to achieve when you've got a couple of players that are low. That timing is insane, though, and both Westmoreland and Call Me Sue end up being a bit of a liability in this round, and instantly, that should pretty much just be the round for FURIA.
Yeah, I think FURIA just backing themselves with the same play. They recognized that Lynn Vision had a pretty big setup towards B in the round previous that they lost, but they still felt like they had a timing, and that's the experience that you're seeing from this side, to just call a pretty similar timing into the B site. It's dry contact, especially in a round where they have some lesser weaponry, where they didn't actually have a lot of grenades as they headed into the mid to late round. A contact play towards B on Dust2 can be incredibly effective. If you catch the CTs with their pants down, if you hit a couple of shots in on the entry into the small site, I mean, you're just not retaking that when you're this far out of position. B site being one of those harder sites to take, to retake as the CTs, especially when you don't have the numbers.
Well, 7 is not going to happen for Lynn Vision. But FURIA can start to think about it. The money's definitely good enough on the behalf of Lynn Vision that it's still going to be a tough ask. But you'd love 7 on the T side here as FURIA. That just sort of tips things slightly in your direction going into that second half. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room. Maybe you lose the pistol, but it's not such a big deal. Something like that. Molodoy. Ooh. Has been spotted on the cross? No, I don't even know. I mean, Lynn Vision very lucky to get away with not losing a player there. They stick around a little bit too long. That just looked a little bit wonky for Lynn Vision. It kind of felt like they were on 2 different pages.
Yeah, they were kind of half-heartedly going into that mid-aggression. Didn't really feel the confidence from them, grooming all the timing that they were looking for, and as such, the leg and the nade finishing off Starry. Zaka now once again looking to be the hero for Lynn Vision. on the off angle. FURIA well aware that he likes to post up on that position, and molodoy just waiting for him to make a mistake.
Zaka going to go down as well, hunting for that re-aggression, and all of a sudden this starts to look like, again, it might be FURIA walking away with a very happy half for themselves. Quick kill comes back in the other direction, and that could have been scary if molodoy went down. But he wins the duel against Amelia. Yuri will do the same against Westmelon, and Call Me Sue with what would probably be considered an impossible task here in the 1v4. He's going to give it a crack anyway. Doesn't quite manage to get there quickly enough to catch Yuri ducking into that smoke. Gets himself one, but no more than that. And so that will be that. The first half done and dusted. 7 on the board for FURIA. They'll be very happy with it. And we'll see if Lynn Vision can recover when we do come back from the halftime break. Welcome back on in for the second half here between FURIA and Lynn Vision. A bit of a topsy-turvy first half, I think it's fair to say that was.
Yeah, I think you had excellent rounds from both teams, to be honest. You had a couple of those win conditions on full display for Lynn Vision, both Amelia and Zaka showing some good stuff in the opening parts of this game. But FURIA always replying with class. There is a reason why they've been such a successful outfit in Counter-Strike. this year, and especially in the last couple of months. Lynn Vision waiting for a long timing here, waiting for some aggression. FURIA won't oblige.
Well, Flash is going to go over the top, but Fallen has no problems avoiding that one. Then a nice quick tap to the head of Zako is going to dispatch the first from Lynn Vision. There is going to be a trade back, but Yakinda hiding very patiently at Car will get his one as well. And so far, it has just been a flurry of trades, which FURIA will be very happy to see going in their favor. Starry tagged down to 69 HP here alongside Westmelon to see if they can clutch this one up on the pistol. But the bomb is more or less now committed to the A side. There's no way that Starry's getting back out long. So they're just going to have to take this fight and hope they can win it. And that is not going to help. It's all on Starry, and there's no pistol shenanigans happening here.
Yeah, FURIA, I think if they committed to that double stack on long, would have got caught by the flash. But turning that into an initial contest, looking for a pick, into a bait setup with Yakinda hiding away there on Car. Fallen could have definitely got more than one there, but didn't necessarily need it. And you can see there in the replays, movements in the middle of the map from all of FURIA. That's what you want to see from the players on the rotation, the players on the small site. Just able to complete the retake from multiple different angles and apply more pressure towards the map. Force buy from Lynn Vision here. Grouping up towards tunnels. Off angle from Molodoy. Will definitely get contested here by Lynn Vision, but how ready will they be for him to be on the off angle, up on top of the boxes? Does get jiggled, does get spotted, but crunched from Yuri. Straight in from uppers, catches Lynn Vision completely off guard, and now the bomb is dropped in uppers, and they've been smoked off. This force buy is going nowhere fast.
Yeah, and that's really, really bad news for Lynn Vision. Obviously, you know, you're going to go down probably 9 and 5. See what Amelia can do with this retrieved MP9. There has been some damage done, to be fair. So you look at this and say, well, you know, if someone gets in a good position, if you find a nice opening kill, maybe that Deagle can go bang, bang, headshot into body shot, for example. You know, Yuri goes down, then Molodoy goes down, and then all of a sudden, maybe then that's the round opened up. But you need a lot of things to go right here for Lynn Vision to recover this round.
Gonna take some mistakes from FURIA, none of which they've been making. Alright, a util for the time being. Smoke will at least isolate Molodoy on the left side here. This is where Lynn Vision need to capitalize. Movements from Queserado over towards his B side. All of FURIA setting up around the bomb, and there's just no chance to get back into tunnels here. Yuri opens up the door, steps through it, and slams in Lynn Vision's face. Force buy denied, and now they are just reeling on this T side.
I'm going to need to see a bit of Lynn Vision magic. It's not going to be this round, you'd think.
No, especially with the MP9s. Looking hungry as ever. FURIA just going to run it back. Exact same setup. Exact same opening to the round from Lynn Vision. And you're expecting a pretty similar outcome, to be perfectly honest with you.
Molodoy almost found a cheeky timing there, but Starry was watching for it. But, I mean, just so much map control here for FURIA. Look at the positions that they've taken. Upper dark, middle, pushing bedroom as well, and then winning all of their fights too. So it is just falling apart at the seams for Lynn Vision right now. There is nothing to be said for this round either.
I mean, it's the same setup, same outcome. Molodoy takes contact. Yuri's there to bail him out of a bad situation. He gets caught fully by the flash. But he's really not the player to be concerned about. It's Yuri applying pressure from upper dark there that once again comes up with the goods. And Lynn Vision feeling a little bit reactive in this game so far. FURIA is just asserting their dominance in the middle of the map, pressuring towards tunnels, and it doesn't really feel like Lynn Vision is able to contest that. They're just kind of cowering in backyard and waiting for a good timing, which they just haven't really been able to find thus far.
Well, this is going to be the round that they have to do it in. Zaka's going to actually get himself nice and aggressive, but it's Molodoy that will strike first. Amelia caught unawares, the smoke being blown open in mid.
And Lynn Vision, it just feels like there is no momentum behind them right now. Losing that opening pick in the gun round, staring down the barrel of double digits against the #1 ranked VRS team. Even though you might be on home soil, you are feeling anything but comfortable in this situation.
Yeah, they do seem to be a little bit out of ideas here. You know, it's not really quite going to plan. So we're going to try and work a little bit of mid-control. Not getting anything, you know, the molly behind the doors. You're hoping that there might be someone playing close. Get a pick out of that. Doesn't happen. Used a lot of your important util. Having to rotate their way now towards B. They've still got a fair bit to play with here. But decent setup for the FURIA players. Yuri, got to be careful he doesn't put his head in the wrong place right now, because Zaka will take it off. Westmelon going to start to progress his way forward as well, but nicely timed counter util will slow down this offensive from Lynn Vision. And it's pretty obvious where they're headed, so Yuri happy to take a couple of kills and pretty much put an end to this round. 20 seconds left. The Starry now, again, he's just hunting for these fights, but he's not getting a single thing. FURIA are playing such a disciplined B-hold. Yakinda will fall, but time is of the essence now with 10 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move their way forward. Starry falling, bomb drop. That'll be the round done and dusted.
I don't think Zaka's even going to be able to hold on to the AWP. Fallen won't take advantage of that opportunity, so that is the only silver lining for Lynn Vision. That, totally agree with you, just felt confused in that round after they lost Amelia on the cross there. Nice nade timing to set up molodoy from success, and from there just wasn't anything that happened. They tickled the middle of the map with a couple of pieces of util, and then Yuri just waited for his timing to peek out and punish Lynn Vision when they came for that B site contact. Similar to what you saw from FURIA earlier on, but the difference being it felt like Lynn Vision really peeked into FURIA a lot more heavily, and FURIA actually went looking for that timing. You had Yakinda deep in the mouth of tunnels that peeked out and was able to find that player on the initial contact. For Lynn Vision, it felt like they never even made it out of that choke. Yuri took first contact from back plat, and then you had a bunch of players just perfect discipline, not peeking from double stack, one player playing the off angle from car, and molodoy even had a flash to come in from the cross. Like, he could have pegged the flash up over the top. It wasn't even needed, to be honest.
Yeah, you see what Starry's doing with 20 seconds left in that round, you kind of know it's done. Like, he's just ADing inside of the tunnel, trying to hope that he gets a fight, because he doesn't want to run forward straight into that site. We've all been there, you know, you kind of know that you're a bit doomed. You've still got to try and make something happen, but yeah, wishful thinking at that stage, and maybe wishful thinking for this map as well for Lynn Vision. Zaka down, now Starry following him as well. molodoy having a whale of a time here on the CT side. He's up to 15 and 5, but, you know, you look at the numbers that are being put up across the board for FURIA, and it's not just molodoy. It's Quesarado as well. It's Yuri.
Yep.
Everybody having a good time. As molodoy, again, this is definitely his round. And again, just nothing to be said, unfortunately, for Lynn Vision. And it's kind of the same old story, right? You've got Zaka doing sort of okay. You've got Starry doing sort of okay. Amelia doing sort of okay. But then there's no extra oomph. There's nothing that gets them through the rounds.
I mean, this is quite the opposite of how Lynn Vision often look when they are putting together upsets in international tournaments. When they are winning these games, you see them playing with pace. You see the riflers be super confident, moving their way through the map. You know, you'll see, Westmelon just kind of charging it down, Starry charging it down. Had a couple of those little moments from Zaka. But, yeah, outside of that, it's been pretty lifeless. If they find this pick on the Quesarado, that could kind of make a little bit of a difference. Molly is dropped for safety. He's going to flash out for himself. Flashes them into the Molotov. And the flash play. At least Amelia is able to trade two on the cross. Hold on. Put it into a one-on-one.
Hang on. Is this Major Amelia back again? 14 and 9. 1v3 clutch. Lynn Vision win con. Let's find out. molodoy. Oh, this is not a good angle for him to be peeking. AK's going to get it done. And Lynn Vision will survive another round off the back of an Amelia 4K.
But look at the reaction to that. Like, there's no reaction at all.
It's too far gone at the moment. I think they need that in another 3 or 4 rounds, right?
100%, but like, that's a huge play from Amelia. You need some fire to be able to put these upsets together. Like, remember when Lynn Vision qualified for one of the events in previous years and were able to beat Tyloo? They were bloody standing on the desk, mate, you know? Yeah. I know that was G at the time, but the rest of the boys were pumped up with him. Yeah. Like, there is none of that in this game right now from Lynn Vision.
I think they're just really feeling under the pump. I mean, this is their map pick. They're down 11 and 6. Yes, they get a 4K. They get a clutch out of that round, but they know that the odds are pretty insurmountable at this stage. And unfortunately, the response is swift from FURIA. So even with that round that's been gifted to them by Amelia, it still feels like more of your regularly scheduled programming here for Lynn Vision, and unfortunately that is not what they want.
Yeah, you see it in the server, you see it out of the server. Lynn Vision just going through the motions. Harassed as they make their way through the map by either the AWP or well-placed HEs chipping away at them. Death by 1,000 cuts right now for Lynn Vision. They secure minimum control of Catwalk, but again, it's 4 players sitting awkwardly inside of a choke point, not looking like they are going to be able to put something special together here, which is what's going to be needed.
Well, Nade's going to go out a little early.
I mean, they're going back mid to B, but they've got 3 grenades to make their way through the middle of the map. Well, they're just waiting out this initial util before they pump again with 30 seconds
With
on
one
the
smoke.
clock.
Oh, no. Is it a mid to B? It is going to be a mid to B.
Okay.
Which,
I mean, Queserado's got a molly here. You got your Kindar looking to harass them on the cross.
yeah, Flash, as he walks his way out of the smoke, he gets the information, but also a kill. I'd say the info is about as important. Zaka, though, with a good shot, an important one. And it's all on the shoulders of Yuri to try to hold on to this B bomb site. This could be the death sentence for Lynn Vision, but it's not. Bomb plant's going to go down. 2 on 2, and Zaka continues to deliver a missed shot, but it's not the end of the world. Fallen will fall indeed. And Lynn Vision are clinging on for dear life.
So 2 players that have been around on this Lynn Vision roster for such a long time. Zaka and Westmelon combined for 5 in a round where it felt like they were down and out. They lost the opening pick. Really ran the clock down. All it was going to take was one mistake for Lynn Vision to concede that round. But they've been able to make their way through it. And after some hard-fought round wins on this T side in the last couple, they have broken Furia's economy.
I feel like you can't keep getting away with it, though.
No, I mean, these are not convincing round wins. These are really scraping it together.
Well, to make matters worse, Amelia goes down early on in this round. That 5-7, such a dangerous weapon in the right hands. Yakinda as well with the CZ gets the better of Zaka, and all of a sudden,
Dude,
just when you start to believe a little bit for Lynn Vision, the round falls apart again.
he just ran up the middle of the map and 3-bulleted the AWPer standing in suicide. That is illegal. Call Me Soon now scrambling to try to get this one under control. Able to finally clear out Yuri. That's the shot that was needed onto Yakinda. He was the one to pose the initial problems. Molodoy could still win this for Furia, and it feels like that would be a death sentence for Lynn Vision up against Matt Point on Dust2 here. They need to make sure they close this one out.
Yeah.
And they're a
very
little
split
disconnected.
players. Yeah. Starry might find a timing here, though, if he just walks his way into CT spawn. And if he stays in middle, though, Molodoy can catch him in the back.
This is just a timing waiting to unfold here.
Yeah.
And then Call Me Sue, 30 HP with an AWP in hand. I mean, I could definitely see this falling apart a little bit, but Molodoy doesn't actually find the timing that he could have. Was patiently waiting for a mid to be here for Lynn Vision, so he's actually allowed Starry to slip up into that A site. Smoke grenade to CT will give him the cue that he needed to be able to reposition accordingly. And looks like Call Me Sue going to plant for Cat and try to join up with Zaka.
Interesting volley there from Sue, but the bomb plant does go down. Let's see what Molodoy can do. He has made a lot of noise in mid, but I'm not sure that Starry's quite heard him there.
He's going to
looks like he's going to save.
Yeah.
So again, Lynn Vision just get away with another round, and that one would have been even more egregious to lose because it was against just the pistols.
Yeah, all picked up there from Call Me Sue. Will be an exit towards Catwalk, so Molodoy could definitely take these last couple of guns out of the hands of Lynn Vision if he goes peeking out middle, and that's not something Lynn Vision can afford. They will safely scurry away into the tunnels, though, and Molodoy will have to hold on to the AK. So things getting a little bit spicy there once again for Lynn Vision. Every single one of these rounds feels like they're on the precipice of teetering over the edge. But they're able to hang on by their fingernails, and now they're starting to get a little bit more of a foothold in this game, and Furia can tell. And we'll take a timeout once again and try to steady the ship to close out this game of Dust2 before Lynn Vision can start to make their way towards double digits.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of seeing the way in which this can start to happen for Lynn Vision. It felt like it was a foregone conclusion at one point, but once you start to kind of get your foot in the door, even if it is a little bit messy, things start to go right sometimes. And Lynn Vision are one of those teams that they can kind of just explode a little bit, right? They have the players that can make that happen. So I would be a little bit wary if I was FURIA at this stage. It's definitely still their map to lose. But it's certainly not lost yet by Lynn Vision. We're into another gun round. Zaka sets himself up at the mid doors. Doesn't spot anything out. The cross is successful and safe for FURIA.
Okay, Serrato on the line here has been the thorn in the side of Lynn Vision, but it's a better flash from Westmelon this time around. Starry opens things up. Underarm flash of his own to try to create an opportunity there. Multiple players taking duels on the cross. Bloody everybody on FURIA getting involved and fighting towards Long A here. And you can see the graveyard of Lynn Vision players over in that part of the map. Yuri now trying to take a timing. Spotted on the cross. Could get caught by Zaka.
Indeed. Zaka's looking for it. Needs to hit this shot. Imperative that it does, and he does connect, but it was through the box. 7 HP for Yuri. And that might be the death sentence for Lynn Vision. Had he got that kill, they had B.
It's true. Multiple mollies at the feet of Call Me Sue. It's just been a non-factor in this game. A 1v3 would be outrageous from the man. There's multiple orbs on the line. He has got a smoke grenade. That's going to allow him to grab control of the bomb here, and he could slip away. It's great. He's pilfered at least that.
Yeah, but where does he go? I mean, B-side...
He's forced the rotation from Yuri here.
He doesn't have a lot of time. He's waited it out a little bit. But with 25 seconds on the clock as that smoke starts to fade, he is going to have to make a move. Fallen 74 HP here, relatively healthy. Will not connect his shot, and that is the opening that Call Me Sue is looking for. He's just going to book it over towards the A side, and he will be getting a plant.
Yeah, FURIA very disjointed here. Yuri quite low. Yakinda high HP. It's a quick timing onto Long that you might not be ready for as Call Me Sue. You don't get the mistake you were looking for onto Yuri, and now he's getting peppered by Yakinda.
Well, plan is going to go down, but he is getting collapsed upon. Space has been taken by that CT side. This is still possible. Another swindle from Lynn Vision in this second half. It's already happened a couple of times. He's spotted out the back of Yuri, but he misses the shot, gives away his position. There's another chance, but it will not be taken this time. Yuri connects the shot and finishes it off 12-8. And FURIA are now 1 round away from taking Lynn Vision's map.
It's got to be a little bit of karmic justice. Like, how many rounds have Lynn Vision gotten away with in such just ridiculous fashion? Finally, FURIA is able to win a clutch, able to win an XVX after a very messy exchange. I mean, I like it from Lynn Vision, and maybe it's a side effect just of how Dust2 plays nowadays, but you're just getting these chaotic, messy rounds, and I think in those kind of situations, that's where Lynn Vision can get away with a little bit of BS here.
Right.
I think if you play a bit more of a straight-up game against FURIA, you're probably not going to be able to come out on top as much as you would like. Extremely important round. I mean, it goes without saying because FURIA is on map point here, but for Lynn Vision, down 4 rounds behind FURIA. They take a timeout knowing that with that last round coming down to a 1v1, they have reset potential here. They can win this round, they can break FURIA's economy, and that's going to make their path back to overtime a little easier.
Definitely not over.
Mac 10 and a Deagle isn't what you want it to be working with. Coming into what could be the final round of Dust2 here. Backs against the wall for Lynn Vision.
I mean, Nora Galil for Zaka. Again, that orb always kind of feels so pivotal for Lynn Vision. So to see Zaka with a Galil is obviously less than ideal as well. Here they go, quickly into the B bomb site, and so far it's so good. Again, that fight IGL Westmelon double entry might not be enough. Molodoy arrives and puts a stop to it before it gets too exciting. Amelia in transition, Yakinda there to pick him up. And right now, Zaka just waiting patiently inside that smoke. They don't know he's there. And Yakinda will fall. So all of a sudden, we're back to the 2-on-2. Now Fallen tucked in the corner. This round is just fraught with danger for Lynn Vision at the moment.
They're just waiting for one of these CTs to peek them. Molodoy on the line here. He's already connected to, and there's 2 more on the cards here to close out this map for FURIA if Lynn Vision give him an opportunity. When instead they're going to head back.
It's the right call.
Nick Yard.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be around the world. Back to Long here.
Back it up, Terry.
It's going to burn a lot of time off the clock here. Do you have a smoke for the cross and a couple of mollies to potentially like molly off Cat? That's where you could see Fallen rotate to.
This is nice, though, from FURIA as well. They're kind of reading into that timing, thinking there's a good chance they're transitioning now. So they molly upper dark. They sort of half start to transition their way over toward the A side, and they might just beat Lynn Vision there. They've got molodoy watching the cross. He will be smoked off, but a player up on short will be a problem. Tagged in there from Fallen. He gets the headshot onto Zaka and just backs away. It's all on Amelia now, who is once again going to be tasked with yet another clutch.
Look, the objective for this game for Amelia was simple. As we heard in the interview, it's time for revenge.
Oh, and here's where he might get it. Nice kill on to Fallen. That's the first, but not the second. And it was so close. But once again, so far for Lynn Vision. That is 12 going to 13. And FURIA finishing off map number 1 in their favor.
He had some moments there for Lynn Vision, but unfortunately, I think just not enough of a well-rounded performance from everybody and looking a little bit lifeless on the T side at times. Especially when they found those opening picks, you could tell some disappointment there.
It's actually really cool. But not for this game, but for the A stream game. But you know that's really cool. That's not something that we get a lot of the time. So I think obviously both these teams are going to be hoping to get onto that stage. FURIA look like they're on their way to doing that. Lynn Vision maybe not so likely, especially if they do lose this series. We'll probably see them on the B stream again tomorrow. Yeah. So that will be less than ideal for them. But hey, maybe they can make something happen here as we head on to Overpass. It is, of course, FURIA's map pick, and they are up 1-0 in this series. So a lot of work needs to be done by Lynn Vision.
Yeah, no crowd buff for them, unfortunately, as they head into a very worrying prospect that we see here on Overpass. They will start out at least on the CT side, though, which they had a better time on over there on Dust2, especially when they were able to win the pistol. They were able to start to get Zaka going on the AWP. He's been in fine form today. This map is often an AWPer's paradise. Oh, that's the first thing that you see to start this game off for Starry. He's already copped a goosh to the dome.
Yeah, down to 3 HP, P250 of Yakinda. Putting in the hard yards already. And remember that CT pistol went so well for Lynn Vision on Dust2. It doesn't feel like it's going to be quite the same case here on Overpass. molodoy gets rid of a couple immediately as he starts to charge his way onto that side. He'll be well backed up by Quesarado as well. And despite the fact that it took a little while for FURIA to get those entries, they have done so, and they have done so effectively.
And Westmelon and Amelia are a little bit disjointed. Westmelon biding time, waiting for FURIA to make a mistake. They do go looking for him inside of the bank. We'll see if they're able to make a deposit. Amelia dealt with in the background, and molodoy to finish things off. FURIA to pick up the pistol here on Overpass, and Lynn Vision won't be starting things the way they started Dust2. They're going to have to, once again, play from behind and dig themselves out of a hole.
Tough going for Lynn Vision at the moment. And in general, actually, against FURIA this year. Lynn Vision have not won a map against FURIA in 2025.
I mean, part of that is just due to the two trajectories that you've seen from these teams. FURIA's, with these international additions, gone strength to strength, become one of the better teams in World Counter-Strike, winning multiple events. Lynn Vision has gone from a team that used to upset at some of these international events, be a dangerous team from China that you definitely have to give some respect to unfortunately not being very competitive.
Yeah, it's just the way that it is. Little force buy through from Lynn Vision in this round. Hero rifle out for them. FAMAS in the hands of Starry.
Amelia dig in hand. Wants to do some damage at Divider.
Yeah, it's not really looking too threatening at the moment, though, for Lynn Vision, though, is it? They're just sort of, for the most part, tucked back in their sights. A little bit of a boost here for Starry, but that'll be pretty quickly spotted. And it seems like the tricks that Lynn Vision have up their sleeves aren't really posing too many problems for FURIA at the moment.
Amelia spotting out that long take from FURIA, who are prepping themselves for a pretty big A-side execute. In goes the utility. It's almost AWP-esque, the positioning from Amelia. Knows he's under the press and opts to step up to the task.
Here we go. Amelia not quite going to step up this time around. And so that is going to be a free entry into the A site. Another deposit being made in that bank for FURIA.
Just stacking up the the rounds.
Have another C4.
They got racks on racks over there. And look, Lynn Vision also looking to be financially responsible, maybe a little more frugal than what you're seeing of a little bit of windfall for FURIA, if anything, at this point. They haven't even lost a player. Lynn Vision just going to run it back.
A patient start to the map, I guess. Nice and relaxed. It's pretty early in the morning over there in China, I think. Be about 9 o'clock when this match started, local time. So probably about 10 past 10 now, if I'm doing the calculation correctly.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately Lynn Vision looking a little bit sleepy, if anything. I think FURIA are too, but they're just bringing like such a caliber that they're able to get this game across the line anyway.
10 past 11. Not
10 past 11.
Still.
I mean, 10 a.m. starts fine.
Yeah.
But for certain gamers, you know, sometimes you're not ready.
Well, certainly no excuse for Lynn Vision. That's not quite gone to plan. Yuri getting caught by a flash as he tries to make his way up connector. And it's potential to cause a problem, but will be dealt with by Yuri and Fallen pretty comfortably in the end. So, again, no problems in the underpass. Call me Sue here, but Eagle unable to connect. So far, so good for FURIA as they just kind of wipe the floor with Lynn Vision at the moment.
Just looking a little bit too easy. Con setup dismantled by basic utility. Players kind of picked apart. It's a nice shot from Amelia, but outside of that, not really too much to write home about thus far for Lynn Vision. But if the game keeps going in this direction, you're very quickly going to see Lynn Vision set into the lower bracket in the opening game of Chengdu here.
Yeah, almost expecting it at this point. Have a look at who they will potentially face. It will be the loser of G2 3D Max.
Which is bad news for Lynn Vision because I believe the last times that they played both of those teams, they've lost.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it gets much easier going forward into that lower bracket, right? Like, FURIA is one thing, definitely, but G2 in a bit of a good run of form. 3D Max actually also kind of looking decent enough at the moment. On a bit of a rise themselves.
It's not how you wanted to start the round. Starry was looking to get something going over at Party, and unfortunately, Ikinda has kind of stopped that immediately. Getting Lynn Vision once again, just looking a little bit unsure of what to do from here. And that's not what you want to be seeing on Overpass. Like, you want to see some CT aggression. You want to see them make some moves somewhere. Maybe take some short control or aggress in the middle of the round. I do like some pushes down Divider, but molodoy is more than ready for it. It's another round where Lynn Vision, it just feels like they're being picked apart before they can even really have any impact on the round, any input into what's happening.
Westmelon's going to try and have an impact. Smoke for Divider once again. So he'll be able to set up behind that, but you can tell that FURIA are not too concerned about it.
Would have to go pretty huge here. Does give whoever that was a little bit of a kiss in the smoke, Yuri.
Oh.
And it feels like they're somewhat aware that he might be hanging around here. He's going to find a nice timing, but he couldn't even get two going there.
Yeah, nearly got Yuri. But even if he does get Yuri, it doesn't matter. He gets traded straight away. Call me Sue's on the other side of the map.
Zaka got already cleaned up inside of the site. There was nothing going on there.
Yeah, just great spacing from FURIA in the end.
I mean, none of these rounds have been that competitive outside of maybe the pistol that was a little bit back and forth. But even 3-on-2, like FURIA isolated both of those duels. All four of these rounds have been just landslides for FURIA. It feels like they've just got a big dub in this veto. Like, they might have conceded Dust2 with Ancient being their permaban, but even Ancient being their permaban is one of Lynn Vision's more successful maps. So I think Dust2 was your biggest opportunity if you're Lynn Vision to get anything going in this series, and they didn't even look like that they were ever going to kind of get that one across the line. The best that they could hope for was going into the half with 6-6, but even that. a lot of those rounds were pretty egregious that they're able to pick up. Just hasn't really felt like there's been that many convincing rounds won by Lynn Vision in this series. Can only really think of like 2 or 3 where I was like, that was a great round.
Yes.
You know, the rest of them, it's been like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be getting away with that. And FURIA might be a little sleepy coming into this matchup.
Yeah. Another tougher round ahead here for Lynn Vision with the money that they've got available to them. If they buy into this round, there's obviously, first of all, no AWP. Maybe they don't want that anyway. Can't imagine why they would, though, given that they are on that CT side. So you have a decision to make here. If you do force in, you are foregoing the AWP for a little while, plus you're not having a great buy here. So it does look like they are just going to save their cash, have a bit of a chat with Gum, the coach. He's a long-standing coach of Lynn Vision. He's been there well over a couple of years now. See if he can impart some wisdom. And so it'll just be a couple of upgraded pistols here and there, a bit of util here and there. But it doesn't fill me with a whole lot of confidence that we're going to see much out of this round either from Lynn Vision. It's really going to be off the back of Sue.
Feels like they're trying to play the long game, but if anything, they're kind of digging their own graves at this point. You're going down 0-5. If you don't complete a round where you only have a couple of pistols and a hero rifle, like, I don't see you recovering from that deficit if you're Lynn Vision. As much as, you know, big fans of Asian CS we are, we always want to see these upsets get put together. When I've seen them happen in the past, this has not been how it's happened.
Flash through, sets fallen up to have a little bit of a look here at short water.
Love the double flash in case there was an anti-setup. You will sometimes see that where you get people like kind of tucked up around the connector and there's some players on short. And after the first flash, you'll get players charging down short, which they would have got caught by the second. That was the rifle for Call Me Sue. 1 for 1 for Yakindar, who really is pretty much a bit of a money man over there on A long. Spots the full setup, and now FURIA know that they can get a little bit more active towards short here, but West Melon is handing out dinks for free.
He's got 4 more bullets left in this CZ, and 4 will be enough to catch up with molodoy. 3 on 2. Rotation has come in from Amelia. He's tucked in the corner here with a 5-7, which can be dangerous in its own right. He hears that jump on short. He'll call for the transition. Here comes Starry from behind. Timing's looking good for Lynn Vision as Amelia will be spotted out. That's really clean from Yuri, and Quesarado wins his duel as well. Now it's all on Zaka. Needs a quiet drop, but he won't even get that far. And disaster averted for FURIA. Lynn Vision with a little bit of a better timing. Maybe a little bit of a better position from Amelia. What if he's crouched on ramp instead of tucked in the corner there? They don't clear him quite as easily then, but it doesn't matter. It's another round for FURIA, and Lynn Vision, it feels like that was their best opportunity to make some inroads in this first half, and unfortunately, it will not go their way.
The fact that they took a save in round number 5 there means that they are placing premium on the AWP. They could have gone for a rifle-centric buy in the round previous, but they really want to make sure that Zaka has the stick in his hands. Over on the other side of things, though, T-side AWP of molodoy going deep onto this short line, looking for someone to peek him on the cross. He will be punished, but cutting down the numbers early on and dropping a whole belt of utility over there on West Melon.
Yeah, it's a huge util dump from Lynn Vision at the start of the round. I don't know that they're necessarily expecting someone to be that progressed up short. Another Molotov, another smoke to go through into Monster. And the action slows down for a moment. Fallen has got the bomb in hand, so probably doesn't want to get too over-aggressive in this position at the moment, but also with the way that FURIA have been going about things, it maybe doesn't really matter.
FURIA casting a pretty wide net here. Players all over the map waiting for some aggression in the mid-round. Vision will not oblige, so now FURIA starting to throw some util pressure towards Monster. Once again, looking for a player to make a mistake over on ramp side. Yakindar over on the other side of the map does lose his tool to Amelia. There's some potential in this round now for Lynn Vision as FURIA group towards B.
Yeah, Komisu having a peek into Monster. Doesn't see Quesarado, but seems like he was prepared anyway. Counterflash comes through from Starry. Quesarado couldn't see anything. Another duel goes the way of Lynn Vision. Amelia got out safely, and now Zaka getting involved as well. Across the board, Lynn Vision coming online in round 6.
Fallen looking to keep this one expensive, though. Plenty of cash in the coffers of FURIA. The same can't be said for Lynn Vision, so a couple kills at the end of the round here for Fallen will be worth their weight in gold, and Lynn Vision not feeling bold enough to go for a hunt. It's just Zaka posted on this line, and he doesn't miss those. That was the round that Lynn Vision was looking for.
I mean, dare I ask, is it too little too late already? I mean, you've given 5 over to FURIA on T side of Overpass. This is going to take a massive recovery from Lynn Vision to get it into any kind of serviceable CT side.
Well, it's going to take plenty more of those, but at least it was quite clean for Lynn Vision. Both teams with still quite a stable economy, so we're going to get a couple more gun rounds in the next few. Or either one of these teams start to feel under the press. If anything, it'll be Lynn Vision. Down 1-5. Now pressure on Starry has already been isolated and picked off over towards Party previously, so FURIA earning the respect from him as he makes his way back towards Baths.
Looks like it might be a bit of a slower approach this time from FURIA. Try to work a little bit of that map control.
Feels like they have just been working the middle of the map so well. You saw Lynn Vision in some of those earlier rounds contesting the middle of the map a little bit more, and they were punished quite heavily for that. So you see Lynn Vision, at least in Connector, over towards Party, playing a little bit more hands-off. Oh, dear.
Amelia's been picked off. Molodoy claims his prize. Yakinda has spotted the player close as well, and he'll deal with that comfortably. Great flash in to assist from Yuri. Just goes from bad to worse for Lynn Vision.
The layers of flashes are just so beautiful from FURIA. You had the first flash that pushed that player off the line. It's sheer panic as he tries to pedal his way back into A. And then the second player, Starry, thinks he's about to mop up and catches a face full of white as well. Molodoy now on the hunt. Positioned, I think he was pegging a couple of those flashes in the back lines. Able to go 1-for-1 with Westmelon, so the AWP will be dropped, but FURIA just don't really care. Quite happy to trade down rifles with a CT side that is starting to run out of cash after they invest in the next round.
Sue can't even get away with another kill to put a little bit more economic pressure back onto the shoulders of FURIA. Everything going to plan for them at the moment on the T side of Overpass.
Immediately replying with another round. Amelia spammed out a divider, and then, like I said, those beautiful flashes layered up over the garden bed there. Feels like whenever Lynn Vision try to have some input in the early to mid round, try to fight, even if it was a bit more of a reserve fight, it's not like they're charging down long or fighting Party or fighting inside a con, short B. Like, that was backside of divider, or sorry, the middle of divider, and over towards the garden bed on long. They let FURIA have a lot of the map and then set up a couple of little traps in the middle of the map, and they're still punished. It's like, for Lynn Vision, you're starting to get, I guess, a little bit concerned that you're not able to balance this act of, should we play really reserved and not get punished by the just perfect utility usage of FURIA in the early to mid round, or should we just go to the other end of the spectrum and actually just put pedal to the metal and try to just win some of these messy exchanges in the early round?
Got to do something. Down 6-1 on the CT side of Overpass is really not where you ought to be. Another early monster smoke. We got Ollie in for short. Trying to prevent FURIA from making their way forward into playground, but that won't last long at all. So the next option is going to be a nade into the con smoke, which does not reveal any information. But at least it does give them the ability to take that short water control. Call me Sue. Sticking around for the moment.
Yakinda could have a nasty timing here. Zaka, a little bit too much to do. Gonna fall away. Flash to front side of bathrooms will actually give Zaka the warning that someone could be hanging around in there now. Fallen gonna start to make some moves after that. Pressure's come in towards A. He knows that he might have a little bit more of a space and some timing. Straight up con here. Steps hand in hand with Yuri. What is Call Me Sue looking at? Thought he was covered by Starry. And unfortunately, Starry being covered by Molodoy there. A man advantage for FURIA as once again they win the con fight.
Yeah, you can just tell that Lynn Vision aren't quite as comfortable on this map as they are on Dust 2. That was my concern, seeing them drop rounds on Dust 2 where they have been, really successful over the past 12 months, and now coming into a map which they're not as familiar with and certainly not as comfortable on. You can kind of see the result. You can see that discrepancy as they are starting to get picked apart all over the map, really. Like, it's not as if one of these sides particularly is a liability. Amelia goes 1 for 1. It's not really enough to trouble the scorers just yet. Westmelon tucked in the corner at Truck, and Zaka burning alive. It's all on Westmelon here, but his position so untenable. He gets helped out by Zaka. It will still not matter. K Serrato for the double. Another round for Furia. And now they're up 7-1.
I think, honestly, Lynn Vision did everything that they could have done to try to win that 3-on-4. I love the aggression down Divider for Amelia to try to reel Furia into a fully stacked A site. It really did just come down to the fact that Zaka needed to hit that last shot. I mean, look, it sucks that they lose the con fight every time. They lose the early to mid-round every time to Furia. That's putting them in these kind of untenable positions. But really, in the mid-round, there was not much more that Lynn Vision could have done there.
Something Chinese MP7 buy.
Look, that's a bit of a niche reference. Yep. And K Serrato's not a fan of those. He's a bit more of a, he's listening to Taylor Swift. He's chilling. He's got all the major pop kind of playing, things like that.
You reckon? You reckon he's a Taylor Swift kind of guy?
I don't know. Maybe he's a bit more of a trap kind of guy. He looks pretty cool.
Okay.
You
are the expert on cool.
What's that?
I said you are the expert on cool.
Oh, for sure. Although, at least at the moment in Queensland, it's anything but.
Yeah.
It's kind of disgusting weather, I'm not going to lie.
And I would say there's nothing cool about this round for Lynn Vision either. It is just... I mean, there's nothing really about this round for Lynn Vision, actually. At the end of the day, it's just been very, very rough from start to finish. And that's kind of starting to feel like it might be a metaphor for the half itself.
Yeah, just don't really know what to say about this one for Lynn Vision. I guess it's kind of what you expected on Overpass. They've had a few little moments of brilliance, some nice individual performances here and there in rounds, but consistency-wise, Furia is the scarier opponent. It's a reason why they are putting together these nice string of results in the last couple of months. Have got themselves up to the #1 on the VRS. And really all that they're looking for is just kind of that S-tier trophy result where there's, a lot of big dogs in the tournament.
Yeah.
And this is how you'd want to start off one of these runs. You don't want to have questions asked of you by the local representatives in Lynn Vision if you're going to go on a little bit of a run here. So putting them away this cleanly is a promising start to Chengdu for them.
Maybe a bit of a quicker pace here for Furia as they are setting themselves up for a monster push. Nice tap or two in here from Call Me Sue. Be careful he doesn't run down that magazine too far. Nade into the smoke, won't spot much out for Furia, but you can really tell that they're set up. What on earth was that?
That is a beautiful grenade.
Yeah.
And now the contact setup coming out here. Unfortunately, the CT's caught by the timing from Furia, fallen straight up into the site. Westmelon scrambling for anything, but traded by Molodoy.
Yeah, decent enough for Furia, but they've still got one or two more pieces of the puzzle to put into place, and that is it in fire. Amelia burning. Down to 3-on-2. Some damage being done here by the Lynn Vision players, but again, numbers are good enough for Furia that they're feeling confident. Bomb plant's going to go down, even despite the artillery.
I mean, the only numbers that matter are the ones at the top of the scoreboard right now. It's looking like Furia are going to pick themselves up a 9th round. And I'm not feeling it for Starry. He's doing the ADAD inside of graffiti again. He's not going for this one. Zaka's going to hold on to the ult. It's a nice multi-frag from Westmelon. Like, it really feels like he's trying to bring the drive and the fire that they need into this map. Whenever Furia have been making moves towards the P site, he's been able to deliver a pretty nice-looking multi-frag, but outside of that, there's no one really helping him out.
Zaka will get away with the AWP. They're just going to go and save in T-spawn. But how much of a silver lining really is that for Lynn Vision? Yeah, we got to save the AWP, but we're down 9-1 in the first half of Overpass, and we're also playing CT side, which is supposed to be the better side on this map, so it's just looking grim. I mean, I don't know. What more do you want us to say, really, about this one? I think everybody can look at that scoreboard and kind of get an idea of the way that this game is going. There's only so much you can do with this one, I think. Lynn Vision, they're going to want to get to 3. Captain Obvious statement, but it just doesn't feel like they really have what it takes here on Overpass. I think at this point, you just throw caution to the wind and try something, Send Zaka to fight at balloons or something like that.
There we go. Starry in the middle of the map.
That'll do it.
That's the first time FURIA hasn't really thrown any utility. Like, when they're this far ahead, sometimes you do see teams simplify a little bit. Beautiful flash from Zaka all the way from the B side, setting up Starry for a third. And Lynn Vision looking to double their rounds.
Wow, that would be awesome if they weren't on one round. Unfortunate that it probably won't make too much of a difference. But yes, I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. And, you know, some signs of life still here for Lynn Vision. Quesarado's almost going to catch up with Starry. Does as he re-peeks back onto that corner. Is there a way that FURIA can dig themselves out of this little hole? Molodoy and Quesarado will become just Molodoy. So probably not.
We'll have to put a Fallen S clutch together with the AWP. Remember is remember. Over on the big flick over on the dumpster on the A site. Have to probably see a couple of them here from Molodoy, but Lynn Vision aren't giving him anything. Except for the bomb. He'll make his way back up towards A.
Definitely something.
Yeah, could have a one-on-one here with Amelia, or even potentially pick him on the jump spot, but it's 18 seconds. Like, it's not coming together.
Yeah, especially this fast flank through from Westmelon as well. You'd imagine that if Amelia goes down, he's going to be picking the pace up. Has gone for the scenic route. What a shot from Molodoy. And the fact that Westmelon has decided to go through long as opposed to up bathrooms will give Molodoy a little bit more space to get that plant down. Now a smoke for jump up and a molly for bank, and all of a sudden this one starts to feel doable. Molodoy peek onto long, tag onto Westmelon. Can he make this happen? Turns his back to bathrooms, and that will be the end of that. It was almost exciting.
Oh, Lynn Vision. Able to benefit again from, you know, a change up from FURIA. Maybe FURIA not kind of dotting their I's, crossing their T's with this game going so easily for them. Usually you will see that layered utility in the middle of the map towards Con. This time it was just a dry push towards Starry. And, you know, Starry's good enough that when players are just walking into his crosshair like they usually do in Asian CS, he will shoot them. So, you know, he's been able to at least deliver the bare minimum. And that's really kind of all that was needed from Lynn Vision in that round, to be honest. FURIA not necessarily posing them too many problems, but unfortunately in the rest of the rounds, that's kind of been the opposite. A chance to try to scrape even 3 rounds together. Not that that would really remove the sinking feeling that Lynn Vision is feeling. As we head into the halftime break, they'll probably have to sue in that regardless of the outcome of this round. And this time, FURIA are not going to make the same mistake. Nice layered mollies in towards Con.
Yakinda making his way up into bathrooms. He's going to catch Zaka. Not watching that line. And that is a lot of space that's going to be taken very early in the round by FURIA. Starting to put that pressure onto the A-bomb site. There is a nice kill in there from Starry, but he is in all sorts of trouble. Had to try and get that smoke down, otherwise he would have burned to the Molotov, and Fallen takes advantage of it. A-site in the possession of FURIA now. Bomb plant goes down, and they've still got Quesarado kind of lurking around in connector, so they're not concerned at all about what's happening behind them.
It is a localized 3-on-3. I thought Lynn Vision could have taken that flood timing there, but it really just feels like they are kind of turtling behind this utility, taking a while to get involved, and that's going to give Quesarado an opportunity here.
Or Fallen, who will actually be forced away from the truck and forced to take a fight, which he will win. Yuri in there as well. There's just nothing to be done right now for Lynn Vision. It would seem 10-2, a dominant first half on the second map here from FURIA. Looks like it's going to be a rather swift affair here between FURIA and Lynn Vision. Map 1, reasonably competitive, a little bit up and down, but a comfortable win for FURIA. Map 2 is looking like it is a sprint toward the finish line for one of these teams and a languish from the other. Lynn Vision really struggling in that first half. 10-2, you can see yourselves. The scoreline, I think, pretty much says it all.
Yeah, the body language speaks wonders as well, or speaks volumes rather. There for the Lynn Vision players, like I said, staring down double digits as they stew there during the overtime break. A T-pistol is really what they need to kind of rediscover some of that fire, bring some energy into this game. But their T side on Dust2 was really kind of the more questionable side, especially when they were down in rounds. Took some miracles from them to be able to put anything together. So I'm really not feeling very optimistic about their chances here.
Hopefully Lynn Vision believes in miracles, because that's what they're going to need to get through this half, particularly with those openers from Quesarado. Yakinda being a bit of a problem as well for them from Connector, and it just does not seem like they are going to get any opening, any avenue into that B bomb site at all. So they will take what they can, which is a kill onto Yakinda. They are unaware of molodoy's wrap, and he will surely be putting an end to this. Zaka gone. And it's just Amelia.
Kind of run his way all around the map.
Did he
to try to bait some footsteps?
Yeah.
Got Molodoy interested, but Molodoy not making his way up the stairs, instead posting all the way at back con, and Amelia is not ready for that because Quesarado's keeping him very interested right now. Great salesmanship from Quesarado. Maybe a little bit too much so. Molodoy will still close the deal. 11 for FURIA.
Yeah, Molodoy was just having a cheeky peek at the ladder. He was not watching.
You love a good ladder. Like, think about it, you know? It's good safeties. What can you do on it? You can clear the gutters. You can get some roof work done. But unfortunately, as far as the ladder speaking, FURIA right up the tippy top of the ladder in terms of the rankings overall, and then you have to go down many rungs before you find Lynn Vision. And that's what we're seeing in the server as well.
Well, quick play from Lynn Vision. This time has, to an extent, worked out. 1-for-1 immediately, but Yuri and Quesarado are in there to shore up that hole. And, yeah, well, they got an entry, but it wasn't really the entry.
I mean, that's just 7.5, 8 years of chemistry between the two of these guys playing on this FURIA squad. They were site partners on Dust2, and you can see even on this map as well, attacking a site with these two guys in tandem is a nightmare.
Yeah, looks pretty over right now for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be heading into the lower bracket of Chengdu here. A Chinese outfit that at times we could have said they're capable of some upsets. They can provide some exciting games. Really has not been the case today, unfortunately, for Lynn Vision.
Yeah.
Going to put a force buy together and see what they can get done.
Yeah, I think that's very fair to say. And it also looks like it's been a little bit rough for Tai Lu, so it might be a disaster class for Asia in Chengdu. Amelia gets timed by Yakinda. And as ever, I guess we turn our attention maybe then towards the Mongols to see what they can do. But even then, that's not looking too hot without Senzu. So it's all rough here for the Chinese squad in Chengdu at the moment, down to just Call Me Su, and his position is well and truly known by FURIA. So they're about to wrap things up. No problem at all. It will be fittingly Quesarado to get the job done. And that is a easy 2-0 today for FURIA.
Yeah, especially Overpass looked very clinical, pretty easy for this Brazilian mixed squad to put together. It's exactly the kind of start that you want to see from them coming into a tournament like this. They are, you know, #1 ranked on the VRS right now. Have they really proven it by winning a tournament with all the big dogs?